New features for low headquarter levels, a threat level system for both Dr. T events, which is going to make Dr. T spaces more and more difficult, and also introduces a new leaderboard for both Dr. T events, and finally a flying troop and hero is going to be added to the main base. All of that is coming in the next update, which should get released sometime next week, and of course I'm on the developer build. The first things are these buttons on the left edge of the screen. They are gone now, and you can access them by tapping the experience level. And from there we get to the next thing, the crash course. There's a few of these pages with these small tasks, and they speed up the progression for the first 5 headquarter levels. And if you reach headquarter level 7, they are going to get removed, so it's only something for new players. Then we have the training ground, and it's basically teaching how the game works, like which troops to choose or how to use the GB abilities. And how it works is you need to use the required troops, like in this case to the rifleman, or also a hero with a specific hero ability. And it also gives quite a good amount of time saver, so it probably is worth it to complete these. And they're also available till you complete all of them, and they don't go away. Also, there's a change to the heavy training time. As you can see, the level 1 heavies, the training time is reduced to 40 seconds, and with each level it increases by 20 seconds. So with level 17 heavies it maxes out at 6-minute training time. I think that's a good change for lower levels to make it easier to train the troops faster. For both Dr. T events, the difficulty is now going to be based on the player's progress. And that works with this new threat level. So there's going to be a threat level for the tropical island, and there's going to be a threat level for the volcano island. And the first time Dr. T event is going to come after the update. The threat level will start 10 levels below the headquarter level. So one threat level more is increasing the difficulty by 1 HQ level. And with each threat level, the rewards that you're going to get for beating a stage are going to be higher. But the rewards are going to stop at threat level 26. But the threat level will still go higher, but you just don't get more rewards. So with threat level 1, the rewards are going to look something like that, and something like that with threat level 26. So you can see it stops increasing with the threat levels. So the threat level is going to basically increase with each stage of the Dr. Terra event. So stage 1 is, like in this example, threat 25, and stage 7 is threat 31. But you can see down here the threat is still 25, and you can increase that if you beat stage 7, and then you can increase the threat level by 1 for the next time Dr. Terror comes back. The base with threat level 1 is going to look something like this. The defenses are not really upgraded, and with threat level 27 they're going to look more something like that. Yeah, max defenses basically, and also building health. And with higher threat levels, the bases are gonna get more and more difficult. So if you want to stay at threat level 27 and just want the max rewards, you can go to the leaderboard, and then you can decrease the threat level by 1 for this event. So it just stays then at threat level 26. Let's activate that right now. And there you can see threat is going to stay at 26. And there's also no upgrade at Dr. Terror stage 7. So the threat level still increases as the stages go higher, but will not upgrade the threat level. And as you just saw, there's going to be 2 separate leaderboards for both the Dr. T events, and you get these threat points, and basically the higher threat level stages you beat, the more of them you get, and you can place higher in the leaderboard. And one thing that I like a lot is that there's going to be the MNG 9000 and the Supermortar, so yeah, it's nice to see those defenses now coming to the Dr. Terror events. With HQ level 23 we're now going to get the first flying troop, and the second troop that is going to come from the warship to the main base, the rocket choppers. It's going to be possible to upgrade them to the level that the armory is. The stats of the level 27 rocket choppers are going to be 2280 health and 1768 damage per second. And of course with level 24 landing crafts you can use 2 rocket chopper per boat, so 16 rocket choppers in total. And maybe you already guessed it, but we're also going to get Captain Ruddero now on the main base. So he's going to be our first flying hero. And if you remember Radero from the warship season that he was, that technically means we're going to get another troop from the warship to the main base, the Seekers, with Radero's third ability, but I'm going to get to that in a second. So how are we going to unlock Radero? As you can see, there's no base that we can go directly to like the other heroes, so it says 0 clues found, and what that means is if you destroy some bases on the map, you can get the Sergeant Brick here with this message, or actually even more messages because there are more clues. You can click these away, and if you are going to look back at the hero hut, it says the search continues in basically in 1 day, and after 1 day is over, it says 1 clue found, and then we can attack more bases on the map and we can get more clues. And we have to do that until we get to the last clues, and then we're going to get to this Hammerman HQ 60 base and we can destroy this base, and then we are going to be able to get Radero. We're going to be able to upgrade him to level 17. These are going to be his stats, and you probably know his abilities from the warship, but I'm just going to show them again. His passive ability are these wingmen that he spawns after a few seconds, and I think up to 6 of these wingmen. His first ability is the wingman rush. If you activate it, he launches the wingman forward and then he spawns a new set of wingmen. His second ability is bombing run, and activating this ability is going to give him a shield and he launches forward and drops these bombs on the path. And his last ability is the seeker shot, which is going to spawn 4 seekers. So technically that's the third troop that is going to come to the main base from the warship, even though it's not really a real troop, it's just going to be from the hero ability. And if you're asking yourself what happens if you spawn seekers on the main base, because there's no engine rooms on the main base, the seekers are going to go straight for the headquarters. They don't follow flares, it's not possible to heal them with medkits, so just like the warship. So let's go for an attack against this threat level 35 Dr. Terror base. On this base we also have the MMG 9000, and because they are new to the main base, I'm obviously going to use rocket choppers and Radero with his wingman ability. Alright, so let's start this attack. There's a lot of buildings on the right side, I'm going to avoid them. I'm going to try to go for this left side. I'm going to throw maybe 1 shark to make sure our troops don't get taken out right in the beginning. Because all these rocket launchers, they are doing quite some damage. At least the building health and the building damage is not very high on this early basis. With threat level 35. So we should be able to tank most of the rocket launcher fire. So maybe for 1 Radero ability. I think that these wingmen also should get affected by the troop health and the troop damage statues. But I'm not 100% sure. Use more Radero abilities. And we are just clearing our way to the headquarters. So I'm not sure if this MMG 9000 can target air troops. Yeah, looks like it can. Let's go for a reflare. Use more Radero abilities. And there we are going to finish off this headquarter. And it's just going to get taken out right now. And that was the attack with the rocket choppers and Radero. I think they are going to be quite useful in some cases, but probably not that strong like in most of the warship seasons, because we don't really have a tank for our rocket choppers. Like on the warship we usually have the heavy choppers, but we don't have them on the main base. And Radero, he can tank some damage with his wingman, but I think it's not enough to defeat all the bases. And that is going to be it for this sneak peek. If you want to support me, you can use code Kaktus in the shop. I'd highly appreciate that. And thanks for watching the video. Bye.